Most of us know the feeling of working hard, saving what we can, and still watching our bank balances hover dangerously close to zero. We often view this as a personal failing, but the reality is that the working class is subject to a persistent downward pull, a financial version of gravity. This behavior is the focus of econophysics, a field applying thermodynamics to economics. This table maps the kinetic theory of gases directly onto economic actors, showing money and energy follow the same statistical patterns. In physics, entropy is the principle that any closed system naturally progresses from order to disorder and decay. In every energy exchange, some usable energy is always lost. In your bank account, entropy takes the form of rent, daily living expenses, and the erosion of inflation. These are the entropy of money, a constant drain that naturally pulls a stagnant balance back toward zero. A standard paycheck provides a temporary burst of thrust against that drain. But the moment you stop working, the thrust cuts out. To stop falling, you must build an engine capable of reaching escape velocity. The counterforce required to break this pull is compounding. Albert Einstein is frequently associated with the insight that compound interest is a unique force in the universe. While the quote's origin is debated, the mathematics of compounding is a universal law of exponential growth. Compounding is a process where a small input, repeated consistently, builds into an increasingly larger impact. It is a feedback loop where the outputs of the system are fed back in as new inputs. The specifications of this engine are found in the compound interest formula. Your future value is your initial principal multiplied by the rate of growth and the number of compounding intervals, all raised to the power of time. This math is best illustrated by the chessboard and rice experiment. If you double the grains of rice on every square, the amount required for the final squares exceeds the entire world's production. It starts as an insignificant increase, but ends as a massive transformative force. Compounding is the mathematical law you must trigger to move beyond the atmosphere of the working class. In the formula, the variable n represents the frequency of compounding. It dictates the raw speed of the engine. The quote attributed to Einstein warns, "He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it." Credit card companies use this against consumers by compounding interest daily. Interest calculates on original debt plus accumulated interest, creating a gravitational pull making debt difficult to escape. Investors use the same math in reverse through a systematic investment plan, contributing regularly to harness the frequency variable. Look at the 30-year mark in this table. A total investment of roughly 1 million rupees results in a final value of over 10 million. That 9 million rupee difference is pure thrust. It is the result of the compounding engine generating its own momentum without further labor from the investor. Over these long time horizons, the rate of growth protects the portfolio from the erosive decay of inflation, maintaining the investor's purchasing power. The compounding formula is an indifferent law. It does not care if you are the borrower or the investor. It will either hold you to the ground or launch you into orbit. Financial escape velocity is a specific mathematical threshold. It is the moment the passive returns from your compounding engine exceed your monthly living expenses. Just as an object in deep space moves forever without needing more fuel, wealth that reaches this threshold begins to expand automatically. While fiat currency is designed to decay, finite assets like Bitcoin can act as a rapidly expanding store of value. Because it follows a growth trajectory similar to the universe's expansion, some cosmologists and economists compare it to dark energy, a force that could eventually dominate the financial landscape. When you align with these laws of abundance, your wealth is no longer limited by the physical friction of your daily work. You don't need a high starting salary to begin. Time and the consistent application of these mathematical laws are the true drivers of wealth. Stop trying to fight the pull of expenses with only the temporary thrust of a paycheck. Build your compounding engine, achieve escape velocity, and let your financial universe expand.